Hey everybody, it's Kayak Cliff. It is February 25th, a 75-degree day in Texas, North Texas to be exact. And I'm taking the day off and I'm gonna get out in the water and it's hard to believe last week we were down to 16 degrees. So what a huge swing. So I'll take it anyway. I'm gonna get out today a boat I've been wanting to show you guys. This is the Sea Eagle FastCat 12. It's a drop stitch catamaran boat. I got my 5-horsepower Honda and we're gonna get out and explore the lake today. I got a little ahead of myself and took out the seats and my little wheels to get it down to the water. But basically I just wanted you to see how it fits in the back of my pickup truck. So anyway, we're gonna get this boat on the water. I'm going to show you some footage putting it together, but mainly we're going to be out on the water and I'm going to be talking about it and we're just going to be exploring. So let's get going.
This video made possible by Sea Eagle, inflatable kayaks, canoes, boards, and watercraft. Kayak, high-performance, packable touring kayaks. Brompton, the iconic, quality British folding bike. Shelta, the best sun hats available, period. Helinox, quality, ultralight camping furniture. Nutsack, classic, quality, masculine, everyday carry bags. Bellman, your on-the-go and at-home espresso maker. Thank you for purchasing off my affiliate links. They make this channel possible.
So a lot of you have seen my videos traveling in the Sea Eagle PaddleSki. Well, the PaddleSki, it's one of my favorites. I love how you can just roll it up tight like a burrito and just head on out to the water with it. The FastCat, in contrast to the PaddleSki, it's a beefier boat. It's about 81 pounds by itself. You add the transom to it, it gets up to the mid-90s. So it is, I'm gonna be 60-year-old this year, so this will give you an idea how this is to launch by yourself. I really wanted to see myself. 2 people, not a problem at all. 1 person, not too bad. As long as you can get a good grasp on it, and I like to tie a strap around it to hold it in place. I'm just gonna take it out here and lay it in the grass. But this right here is 81 pounds, as it is right here. Okay. Again, just unfolds. It comes with a case that you can put it in. I choose not to do that. I typically fold them in thirds, like so, and then put a strap around it. And then I got a climatized storage garage that I store my boats on shelves. So this is typically how I do it. You can pack it down a lot smaller if you're an RVer. But again, it's about 12 foot 10 inches long. Wow, that looks big. Okay, right here, you'll see it has 4 air chambers. A real small air chamber up in the bow, and then this is your floor. This is your one pontoon, catamaran pontoon, and this is your other catamaran pontoon. I'm using today the Mega pump. Of course, you can pump this by hand. It comes with a hand pump, but after doing this for years, I choose to use the powered pumps. This is the Mega pump from Sea Eagle. And when they say mega, it's mega. It will pump up a boat in no time. They say the inflation time is 10 minutes. So we'll see here. And you just dial in what PSI you want. It'll inflate from 10 to 15 PSI. I'm gonna do 13 PSI because we're out in the sun today. Not real hot, but Well, I tell you, one thing that's nice about a powered pump is you can do something else while it's being inflated. And you got energy left when you get out on the water. You're not too tired. So just kind of getting things ready as it pumps itself up. Well, I'm happy to say that it took 10.5 minutes to inflate this with the mega pump from Sea Eagle. And this thing, after pumping it, I got 3/4 of my battery left. Internal lithium battery inside here. So I'm gonna turn it off. Comes with all the different connectors you would have for whatever inflatable you have, but that's the Sea Eagle inflatable tip right there. Okay, it is all inflated now. Now I got to put the transom on, and it just nicely fits into these mounts here. And I got a little Ziploc baggie with all my bolts. And first one. So basically you put a washer on each side and a nut on the inside, and you're done. But you got to do that 4 times here. So we'll get started with this. Right through here, right there. Super nice hardware that Sea Eagle provides, all stainless. I've been out in saltwater a lot in my Sea Eagle products and never had any trouble with corrosion or anything like that. And it's nice, you don't really need a box wrench or anything with these. You just slide it right through, put the washer on each side, and voila, you're done. You want to make sure they're nice and tight though. Don't let all these nuts and bolts scare you. There's extras in there for other things. You don't need all of those for this build at all. Really, these 4 setups here that I have is all you need for the transom. There's some bolts on the seats that you'll see in a few minutes. Okay, we got the last bolt in here, and they all went in really easily. After inflating the boat, no problem. They just went in, and unlike the PaddleSki, this boat, you pretty much got to take the transom off when you fold it and put it away. With the PaddleSki, you've seen in my videos, I typically just leave the transom on and roll it up like a burrito. But this is a much more substantial boat. Okay, comes with 2 seats. Real nice aluminum, structural, corrosion-proof, decay-proof seats. Real nice. Comes with 2 nice chairs. I only have 1 chair bracket mounted to this one. The other one I typically leave open, but it comes with 2 chairs and 2 brackets. And basically, on an inflatable, you don't screw anything to an inflatable. You use D-rings. And all this stainless hardware goes right inside the D-rings. And I set it on top. Uh-oh, I did it wrong. D-rings need to be faced to the inside. Like so. I think we're gonna meet up there now. And that's all there is to it. So you notice on the seats there's 4 holes, and the 4 holes are where you can mount Scotty mounts on, and they're at the ends of both seats. So you got 4 locations for Scotty mounts. You also have Scotty mount locations right here. And Scotty mounts are, you know, they make rod holders, camera holders, drink holders, all types of holders for your boat. So you're not lacking anywhere to put, you know, store your gear, things that is longer. You may even have paddle holders that you can put in there. Okay, as far as the seat's concerned, it comes with two really nice upholstered fold-down seats, and this little bracket slides into right here. It's got a little lever so you can lock it in place. Again, I'm just putting one seat on. Here I typically leave this open. Put a boat cushion on there if I want. Typically I have someone like small grandchildren with me. Put a couple grandkids in. And but today I have my dog. So anyway, now let's get the motor on. Okay, for all these boats from Sea Eagle, you definitely want to get the trolley. I think they call these easy wheels. If not, I'll put the right name in the lower thirds of this video. But these are designed to fit underneath your boat, and you can make them wider if you need to. But they give you the ability to rig your boat up at the car, put your engine on, put all your gear on, and then just pick it up and wheel it down to the water. Makes it real easy. So before I put the motor on, I'm gonna slide these on. And for this boat, the PaddleSki, I can go narrower, but for this boat, I gotta push the buttons and make it wider. So there, now it's ready. It's weighted underneath. So the weight underneath makes it orient itself properly. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna grab the handles, slide it under. And again, that weighting that is on there helps it seat itself properly. Like we got here. And I just position them out near the stern of the boat. And then take the two straps. Because once I put the motor on this boat, there's going to be enough weight in the back to make this really easy to pick up and roll. Because the weight's going to be your friend in that situation. So anyway, I just pull on that and pull it nice and tight, and that's my trailer. Now for the motor, this FastCat does beautifully with an electric trolling motor. You know, get up to about 5 miles an hour with a 70-pound thrust electric trolling motor, maybe 6 miles an hour. Or you can use up to a 6-pound or up to a 6 horsepower gasoline engine. I got the Honda 5 horsepower here with me today, and that's what I use on all the boats. And I made this nifty little, this is my invention. I need to patent this. I just make an H out of 2x material. So right here, I think we got 2x12s. I made an H, and I have a mount like you would have on the transom of a boat. So my motor stays mounted as if it was on a boat, and then I don't leak fluids in my vehicle. You know, it's got little feet here where you can lay it down, but I get leaking problems if I do that. And this is better for the motor anyway. Holds it nice and upright, and takes up less space when you're transporting. So anyway, I got the brackets loose. And this is about a 60-pound motor. So we're gonna muscle this off. And come on down here and mount it on. Oh, this is gonna be fun. After this winter, this is my first time in the water in a couple months. So after this winter, I am ready to get out. Now you'll notice even the PaddleSki, which is motorized, it's great for kayak paddling. You're not gonna kayak paddle this because it's a wider, bigger boat. This is more boat than kayak, whereas the PaddleSki is kind of kayak and boat, but probably more boat. But this is definitely more boat. But what I like to do, I like to take a stand-up paddle with me, and if I stand up in the bow, and I'll show you this when we're out there, it's extremely stable. I can stand up here and paddle back into some shallow areas or where I want to be more stealthy, I can do that easy. So for that purpose, I take a stand-up paddle with me. Okay, this is what I love about inflatables. They take up no space in your garage. Don't need a trailer, don't need a roof rack. Inflate them at the lake. Grab your handles, like right here, and pick it up. And it's just like you're in your car pushing the boat back to the ramp. And all you need is a little bit, I mean, you can do this at a boat ramp, but I went to a remote area of the lake where there isn't anybody. I can take my time rather than taking a bunch of time at the boat ramp and holding up a line. I just put it in at my own leisure. And basically leave it on the shoreline, go around, unhook the wheels, take them back and throw them in the truck, and then start the motor and you're off. Well, like I said, it was actually 12 degrees just 1 week ago. And you can feel it in the water. So definitely not swimming weather today. But at 78 degrees outside, it feels like it's swimming weather. Oh, this is like taking a polar plunge. So anyway, I'm gonna run the wheels back up to the truck. Come on, Ginger. Now that I'm ready to go, it's back in the water, sitting on the shore, and it's been sitting for probably 3 months, so choking it really good. There we go. Just gonna let it warm up a little bit and then we'll head out. Okay, we are off. I can't wait to explore and share this boat with you. First of all, I want to share with you, this is Ginger. Ginger is somebody new to our channel. I have a adventure buddy now. And when you take your dog out, don't forget to put a PFD on them like you do yourself. And Ginger is a rescue. She's about 6 months old. Got her at a shelter, and she's a little bit of everything. We had DNA tests done on her, and everybody said that's a wire hair terrier mix. Well, DNA tests say that she's 31% Shih Tzu, about 50% of a mix between Beagle and Basset Hound, and then the rest is Pit Bull, so maybe about 20% Pit Bull, and American Staffordshire Terrier, which looks like a Pit Bull. She is a doll. I mean, I had concerns getting an adventure dog that, you know, what if she gets motion sickness in my truck? What if she doesn't like to kayak? What if she doesn't like to boat? Well, she heels and walks on a leash like a dream. I take her to every store that I can with me. So she'll go out with me on a Saturday and we'll be gone for 5 or 6 hours doing errands and running around and doing stuff. And from the looks of it, she's really taken to the boat. So when it gets cooler, we'll see if she is a good swimmer. She actually has webbed toes. So we thought that she'd have a little Labrador in her or something. But again, Ginger, she's 30 pounds now. She's probably going to get up to 36 to 40 pounds max. And I think she's going to be perfect. And you're going to see Ginger on a ton of my videos because I love dogs, and I've been wanting one that I can have for myself to take out on adventures for a long time. So we got her now. Okay, let's talk about the FastCat. First of all, maximum capacities. It is 2 persons or 500 pounds, but 1,200 pounds person, motor, and gear, and then a 6 horsepower motor. And what makes the FastCat different than the PaddleSki that you've seen on the channel is it's all drop stitch. And you've heard me talk about drop stitch on a lot of other boats. The PaddleSki has a drop stitch floor. The FastCat 12 has drop stitch pontoons, floor, everything. And what is drop stitch? Well, drop stitch is between the double layer 1000 denier material sides. I mean, this is quadruple overlapped, stitched, glued, double layered, 1000 denier product. It is extremely durable, but in that air chamber, you have filaments, you have fibers that connect one side of the air chamber to the other side of the air chamber. And when you inflate it to very high PSIs, they pull against each other and allow that air chamber to just really take on a very high PSI. And what does that do? That gives you very rigid, very stiff boat and hull. So when you're hitting waves, it's not as slushy. When you're walking around in it, it's just not bending at all. And that's what your paddle boards are made out of, and that's what your most of your inflatable kayaks that I use are made out of. Now this FastCat is too. So right now I'm idling. I'm back in a marina area. But this boat is great for camping, fishing, exploring. Again, it's rated for 2 adults, but I've been on here with 3 or 4 small grandchildren, and it does beautifully. Just not a lot to invest in, but unbelievable capabilities that you have with this boat. Ginger. Oh yeah, it's moving right now. Again, we're going about 15 miles an hour, and at full speed you get about 40 minutes on the internal gas tank on this Honda. You put a 5 or 3 gallon external tank on it and you could go all weekend, maybe all week. Oh, thank you, Ginger. Doggy kisses. I'm running at about 80% right now, and a lot less cavitation with the motor all the way down. We're out on Grapevine Lake. Again, that's Grapevine Lake, and that's in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. It's real close to my house, and kind of my neighborhood lake that I go to all the time. Ginger, come. She's getting up on the bow a little too far. I don't want her, this is her first time, I don't want her jumping in. So, but she's got some sea legs. She really does. First of all, that bow right there, it's a very upswept bow. If you do get in rough water, you take water over the bow. You're not going to flood the boat because the water just drains right out the back underneath the transom and back into the lake. So you could literally take a wave over the bow and it just flows right through. So that's a real nice safety aspect. Again, if it was an inflatable boat that flooded and didn't drain out, again, it's not going to sink because it's inflatable, but what a hassle. With this, just like with the PaddleSki, water just drains right out. And I love that upswept bow. But I'm up here in the bow right now, and one thing I'm thinking, one thing I see, I don't know if you guys see it, but you take out one seat, and maybe when it's time to go to bed, another seat, you could put a one-man tent here. Perfectly flat bottom that upsweeps a little bit and up where your head is. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing a camp out on the FastCat in my future. I'm going to try that out. Again, another thing that it has is you'll notice forward D-rings, and also back behind the transom, there's another D-ring. You got four D-rings, and they make a bimini top that goes over this. So figure you're going to spend a weekend on the summer out on this thing, put that canopy top on it, you're in the shade. What the FastCat does for you over the PaddleSki, again, the PaddleSki is more like a kayak, and the FastCat is more like a boat, or really it is a boat, because you can't really paddle this. But yeah, I'm going to put on my camera in a different position, and I'll show you how I use the stand-up paddle on it. That's really nice. Again, if you're going to be out snorkeling or diving, this is an awesome platform to get in and out of. You're not going to fill it up with water. It just self-drains. If you like fishing, you could mount a trolling motor up in the front, or just use a trolling motor in the back. There's a lot of capabilities and possibilities with this FastCat. Okay, well, I'm going to show you how I paddle this thing. Again, a stand-up paddle worked great. If you stand up in the bow, I'm in a little back cove. If I want to get, say I'm going to be fishing or something, I want to get back in some shallow, skinny water. Of course, you can put a trolling motor on it and do it that way, but it actually moves pretty well. And it tracks well, too. I figured this out the first time I used it. I figured, well, heck, I'll throw a paddle in, because you want to have a paddle in a boat. And, I mean, oh, I just caught it on the edge there. It about fell over. Just as I was about to say, the boat's very stable, and it is very stable. I just almost tripped. We're going to angle this down a little bit. So if I wanted to go over there, not a problem at all. Just tilt the engine up, stand up in the bow. And what's nice about being in the bow is you're right over the water. There's no boat in front of you. So you can scout out whatever you're looking for, whether you just want to avoid obstacles in the water, or whether you're keeping an eye out for critters. So again, just pack your SUP paddle. That's what I did. I guess I need to make this a little bit longer. Make it 6 foot. Or 6'2". Since I'm 6, I think a little bit longer would be better. Oh yeah. Yeah, now I'm not bending over. So we'll turn around. Turns very nicely. Yeah, this is very doable. I highly recommend this. I just can't believe how beautiful this day is. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. It's literally, look at my watch here, 75 degrees, not a cloud in the sky on February 25th. Not bad at all. Just got off to bathe the ankle deep cold water here. And again, I wanted to show you here. See the pontoons? You got one pontoon, then you got a bunch of air cavity, and then you got another pontoon over here. And those pontoons, when you get up on plane, when you get going faster, those pontoons raise you up and elevate you. And it's basically just the pontoons that are hitting the waves. It makes for a very smooth ride. And again, I found the smoothest, most efficient ride to be at like 3/4 throttle. And it just does beautifully over the waves. It just kind of skims over the top of the waves as a catamaran would. And looking under there, yeah, here you can see, look at all that space under there. Do you like it, Ginger? Do you like it, Ginger? She was liking it so much that she actually jumped off when we were going. And it is cold, and luckily it's sunny, and I toweled her off, and she's doing better now, but I think she's gonna be less adventurous in terms of trying to jump over the edge. I originally said winds were 10 to 12 today, but that's what they were advertised, but they really weren't 10 to 12 when I started. Now I'm at the end of the lake, turning around into actually the winds did pick up. They're about 10 to 15 miles an hour now. And we got a pretty good chop here. Heading right into the wind, going at about 60% throttle. And I'm amazed how dry the boat is. I'm not getting any splashes or anything at all. And I think it's because, you know, I'm up so high, and also it's just the pontoons that are making contact with the water. So really impressed with the dryness of the ride. So when you get back to the ramp or the shoreline and you're ready to disembark, break everything down, all I did was slide the transom out far enough into deep enough water that I could slide the easy wheels underneath. And then I just strapped it in place. Make it nice and tight. Tilt up your engine. And come around to the bow. And these two grab handles on the front are really nice. Because the fulcrum of the easy wheels is in the back and all the weight is in the back, it doesn't take much at all to lift up the bow. And then it's just an easy pull. This was not a bad boat to do by myself. Naturally, it was heavier than the PaddleSki, but it's more of a boat. And if you're looking for more of a boat and what more of a boat does, and you're not concerned about paddling as much, this FastCat's a great option. And the easy wheels make it so easy. I'm coming up to the parking lot, and there's a good ledge of concrete I got to get this over. Let's see how this does. Okay, just a good jerk, and came along fine. I mean, you just carry it one-handed. And we're back. And now I can just take my time breaking this apart. Well, I'm heading back to the ramp, and I appreciate you coming with me today. All in all, when I had mentioned it took about 10.5 minutes to inflate it, but to put the seats on, put the motor on, put the wheels on, I wasn't in a race. I took my time. The only thing that I did without dilly-dallying was inflate it. I just kind of dilly-dallied while I was putting everything together and taking my time, because I'm filming a video for you guys. So it took me maybe 45 minutes. But, in 30 minutes, you can have this thing put together and down to the water. It's a little slower than a boat on a trailer, but not much. And you don't have to have a trailer. You don't have to have a place to store that trailer and boat. You don't have to trailer it behind your vehicle. So it's a win-win going the inflatable route. I can promise you that. But I appreciate you coming along with me. The links for this boat and really, will be in the description box, but I'll also have links for KayakCliff.com. If you go to KayakCliff.com, all the products that I use and recommend are there. And I don't recommend or affiliate with products lightly. I use products that are very high quality, very dependable, and will last you a very long time, whether it's shoes or glasses or clothes or boat or whatever. So I feel strongly about that. So I only put quality products. Doesn't mean they're expensive, but it means that they're good quality products that'll last you a long time. So again, if you like this video, I have a lot of plans for 2025 for adventure videos, and I got a lot of review videos as well coming. And please like and subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you next time out on the water. God's blessings to you and your families.